Inside Michigan basketball, delivered by UPS. From figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Visit solvers.ups.com to learn more. By your local Toyota dealers, visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Abso Pure Water, the official bottled water of the Michigan Wolverines. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. December can be a little stressful for college basketball coaches and players, not because they're looking forward to the holiday shopping and getting home to see their families and shopping for their families, but it's more because you've got final exams. You've got the anticipation of going home to spend some time with your family for an extended period of time, and that business of taking care of business against some non-conference opponents. The Wolverines sure didn't have any problem with their focus against a couple of Horizon League opponents this week. They did exactly what their head coach John Beilein instructed them to do.
The growth mindset I was talking to you about, because that's where we really embraced that last year. When I'm watching this team get better every day right now, even though you don't always hear it from me, I bet every day, we got to continue to do it. So as we continue to grow, this is what we got to embrace as we see it. And these are some of the same things we put on the board last week. Every week it's similar stuff, every game. But let's embrace these 4-second baskets. Zone, do we have a problem playing against zone? Absolutely not. Do we want to score without having any defense? That's why we run. That's why we clean rebound. We can't run if we are not getting clean rebounds with two hands, and we are not, those first 3 steps propel us into something. Got to happen. We got to embrace every game. You'll see that all year long. Being stronger with our talk and our leadership. We got so many nice guys on this team. We got to be stronger. Signal out strong, right? If you got the pressure, the rest of us can do our job. Oh, it's a switch. No, it's not a switch. I got it. We can do our job. But if it's happening like this because you're like this, playing airplane defense, none of that happens. So we got a great, we've been evolving into this. Now you got to go out and embrace it. And I know it's hard as the game's going on, right? This is what winners do. You're either winning or you're not, right? Everything you got to do. We got to grow every minute and everything we do today. Let's do it.
Season best in points, season best in field goals made, a season best in rebounds, assists, and fewest in turnovers. That's as complete a game against Youngstown State as maybe we've had all season long.
Yeah, Matt, I told the press, after watching video and watching our team in practice, I felt we had a good chance at winning, and I didn't know it would be like that. So our guys really did a good job of just following scouting report. Val Jordan did a wonderful job with the scouting report and doing what we have to do to win. The theme in the locker room was just do your job. You know, Aubrey's job is to run as fast as he can up the wing. It pays off when he does that. It's not his job to watch everybody else run. You know, Mo's job is to try and keep the ball alive in any way he can. He had 3 tapbacks. There's a lot of things that people do, and it really paid off today.
Those games can be really difficult to extend a lead. I thought even when you went to your bench, when you went to some of your reserves, they extended the lead or they never gave in the lead.
No, they didn't, and that was something we challenged them with. We wanted to come out of this and keep them well under 40% shooting, keep their number down. They had 22 at half. We didn't want them to get, you know, go have a 40-point half or something like that. So they were averaging 75 points a game, so it was really good to keep them, 30 below their average.
And they scored 64 against Purdue earlier this year. All right, Derek Walton gets the headlines because he becomes the 2nd Michigan player in as many games with a triple-double. He has really expanded his game, hasn't he?
Well, you could see how much. I know I missed it in the SMU game, how much we missed him in that particular game. And so it's all part of his maturation here. He's got another gear. He can help us defensively if he plays the right angles. He's seeing the flow. I think he's seen in the past, I told the press this as well, there was times in the past, yeah, he'd see Karras. But he didn't see a lot of the other guys. Karras is his guy. They're best friends. So now he's seeing, and he sees Zach. But he wasn't seeing Duncan. He wasn't seeing our big guys. And now he's seeing the game. He's seeing the game. It's huge that he's seeing that.
When Karis LeVert boasted his triple-double, it kind of overshadowed a really nice game from Duncan Robinson tonight. Maybe, just maybe, Derek Walton's triple-double overshadowed the 19 points from both Aubrey Dawkins and Karis LeVert.
Yeah, they both had. We had some really good games from Karis LeVert. Was so steady. He set the bar on our defense early. No, we're checking here. You're not going to get open shots. I know you've been scoring 75 points against other guys. You aren't doing it in Michigan tonight. And that Zach picked up on it. Derek picked up on it. Duncan has really improved his man-to-man defense. It all sort of fit together.
Defensively, this is what really keyed, and that's what every player said afterwards. We can talk about the 105 points all we want, but it's really what your team defensively that allows you to get out in transition, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. And you know, we've been, unfortunately, and it's fortunate too because we lost some great guys in the NBA, we've had a lot of freshman defenders over the last 3 or 4 years. And when you have freshman defenders, I don't care. It is just really hard to get them to go through everything that they see in a possession, and then the next possession is differently. It takes time. I think it's the key to the really good defensive teams in our league. They're usually veterans, and we're getting more veteran every day, and I think it's paying off.
The week started with a matchup against battle-tested Northern Kentucky. We'll recap the Tuesday night battle and give John Beilein your question of the week when we come back. Michigan started the week by welcoming Northern Kentucky to Chrysler Center. It was the first ever meeting between the two programs, and the first half story centered around the Wolverines' ability to go inside to their centers, both Ricky Doyle and Mark Donnell. Dumps it inside. Donnell, reverse layup, good. That looked easy. The big men are getting rewarded for setting nice screens and rolling to the cup. The two combined to score 13 points on 6 of 9 shooting. Michigan would score 22 first-half points in the paint. Another 18 came from sweet shooting Duncan Robinson, who torched the Norse with a Michigan career-best 6 triples in the half. Behind the back pass, Robinson step back 3, pure. That was a sweet dish from LeVert, and Robinson filled it up. Robinson's ability to strike from the perimeter gave them options in the second half, and Captain Karis LeVert took advantage. He let the game come to him, notching just the 4th triple-double in the history of the program.
I think it was more important for them than me. You know, I have great teammates. They put me in great positions to get those points, rebounds, and assists. LeVert
finished with 13 points, 10 rebounds, and a career-high 10 assists. 5 Wolverines would reach double figures, including Derek Walton, who returned from injury and popped in 16. Donnell added a season-best 11, and Michigan improved to 8-3. It's not long before John Beilein and the Wolverines dip into Big Ten play. How has your schedule allowed you to prepare for some of the Big Ten teams? And I know you have Bryant left, but you've seen some really big teams in Xavier and Connecticut and Texas, for example. You've seen some really swift teams as well, teams that go zone 2-3 like we saw, and guys that play really tough man-to-man. What have you seen this year that's helped you?
Well, I think early, you know, you would like to be playing Xavier now. You know, you'd like to be playing SMU when you're healthy. At the same time, it woke us up in practice. Red Berenson, you know, is a great friend. And he's always saying you practice like you're in second place and you play like you're a champion. And we've been practicing like we're in second. When you go down to SMU and you lose a game the way we did, or you lose to UConn, or you get beat at home badly by Xavier, it allows you, it makes everybody know they're not champions, that we have to get better and better and better. So that's where I think it really instilled a great practice sort of work ethic with all of us, including the coaches.
From the opening night against Northern Michigan to where you are before Big Ten play begins, where has your team made the greatest stride?
It's defense, without question, with defense. We were trying to fit a lot of parts in our identity. I know a lot more than our coaching staff, and they know who we are a little bit. We know what Duncan can do in some things, and we know what his blind spots are, and we're going to get those better. We know what Derek does, so, and we know, and when you know that, Matt, then you know what your team's going to be able to do, and then you can build your strengths and work at your weaknesses. So I think we're forming this identity of a team that can really play a lot of different styles depending on what you do with us, and we got multiple scorers on the floor and 3 really good passers out there at one time. That's what really hurt us last year, was when we lost 2 of our best passers, 2 of our best rebounders.
Coffee with the Coach brought to you by Tim Hortons. This is from Sean in Grand Rapids. Coach, where has Derek Walton made his greatest strides from his sophomore to his junior season?
I think that playing through fatigue, as I'm seeing right now, there were some points last year where we had to play in big minutes. We had injuries. We had a lot of things going on. He was injured as well. And there'd be points in the game where after you'd be out there 5 or 6 minutes, there'd just be a breakdown in defense. He would not be in a stance. He would not have the right angles, and it would just be a blow-by. And so he is in much better shape, and he's staying focused all the way through the shot clock.
Tied a career high in 4 steals against Youngstown State. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, man.
The Ironman of the Week isn't always a starter and doesn't always put up the biggest numbers. Our latest Ironman of the Week is proof of that. We'll tell you who it is after this. Time for this week's Alro Steel Ironman of the Week. Here's Ed Kingerski.
Last year, with the injury bug infiltrating the team, Andrew Dakich was forced into action and helped the club to a 500 record. This season, he was playing less, but talking more. Now, following the retirement of Spike Albrecht, Andrew will again give up his red shirt. Even as a reserve, he's taken on a leadership role, something few in his position could pull off.
Being kind of a captain, not so much like where the media sees it, but kind of in the locker room and on the court and in practice, I'm way more vocal and way more confident to go into coaches, to go into stud players on our team and kind of voicing my opinion on what I see.
Dakich says standing alongside players who were highly recruited doesn't dilute the message.
I have conversations with all of them. They listen to me. That's kind of special in my case, just because like I don't have like all the credibility that they may have.
Andrew's credentials: growing up the son of a coach. His father, Dan, is now an analyst for ESPN. All those years of basketball chit-chat have served him well, developing a keen sense for the game.
I think it's because I've been around it my whole life, and I'm not afraid to call people out, and I think I'm not the only one to say that. Like holding people accountable in certain areas and where coaches may yell at them, like I can yell at them from a coach's perspective as well.
His game has also grown, getting past the fear of failure that previously nagged him.
It's been night and day, to be honest. Last year I was not happy with my play whatsoever because I lacked confidence, and the biggest thing is confidence.
The American culture major is just as confident bouncing the books. He excels in the classroom, earning academic all Big Ten honors as a sophomore.
It's not the same as high school. You know, you kind of study the night before and get away with a decent grade, but now you got to study weeks in advance, and time management is like huge. I can't emphasize that enough, and that's where I've kind of learned the most, and especially like just learning about yourself is just kind of key.
Dakich loves the campus and says Ann Arbor now feels like home. But there's one thing about it all that he simply despises.
I hate how fast it's going already. I'm already a junior, and I'm almost 3/4 of the way there, and I hate it. I don't look a day over 12 years old. I need to grow up a little bit. It kind of stinks how fast it really goes, but you know, I wouldn't trade this for anything.
For Inside Michigan Basketball, I'm Ed Kingerski.
Gifts no more than $25.
The Michigan women's story is next. Welcome back. The women's team showed lots of energy from the very jump Saturday afternoon against the Miami Redhawks. The Wolverines went on a 19-0 first-half run to race out to a 49-26 lead in intermission. Sophomore Caitlin Flaherty led all scorers with 25 points, while freshman Nicole Munger added 19. 99-55, the blowout final, improving Michigan's record to 8-2.
We always talk about being the hardest working team in America, but we want to back that up, and we want to show that by our effort, by how hard we are playing, by getting the loose balls, by taking the charges, by diving on the floor. And I was really happy with the way that we did that, and I think we have consistently tried to do that all year long, and it makes a difference in the success of our team.
At the beginning of the week, 20th-ranked UCLA paid a visit to the Chrysler Center in a rematch of last year's WNIT game. The Bruins returned to the West Coast with an impressive 86-77 victory. It was the second straight loss for Michigan after beginning the year with 7 straight wins. Freshman Hallie Thome scored a career-best 24 points and grabbed 7 rebounds for the Wolverines. Flaherty scored 20 points, and Munger added 15 off the bench. For more on the Wolverines, here's Sarah Van Meter.
With the holiday season here and finals wrapping up, there's a lot of stress on these student athletes. But as tradition holds, Coach Rico has quite the way to deal with some of that. Earlier in the week, the team got together for the most important 5 minutes of the season, picking their secret Santa.
When they're not with their parents, we have got to try to step up and be their parents away from home, and their teammates are their sisters away from their family. You're trying to pick gifts from the heart. So you have to do some research on your sister, your teammate, and really pick something special for them without letting them know. So that's the secret part of it. So sometimes they're so close that they really don't keep it a secret.
The rules are you have to keep it secret, and you can't spend more than $25. So let's get this straight. Like, how secret is Secret Santa? Like, does everyone know? Does someone know? What do you think about that?
Right now, I feel like we only know what ours are. So I mean,
it's pretty secret. I mean, I have no idea who has me yet. I don't know who anybody else has. I just know who I have.
Are you guys really keeping the secret this year, or what's going on with that?
Honestly, the previous year that we've been here, everyone told everyone.
I didn't know last year. I didn't know.
Everyone. Okay, some people tell, and then the rest of people do.
And
the
then
math.
you just figure.
So then this year we made an announcement. Let's actually try and keep it secret.
Who do you think is the hardest person on the team to shop for? Don't give away who you have, but if you drew so-and-so, would you have been a little stumped?
maybe Imani. That could have been a little difficult, but
I would say Imani or Sam.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is there like a PSA of what you want to tell people that you would like?
I was thinking iPhone 6 cell phone cases or some nickel-free earrings.
Okay, Kate.
Honestly, clothes would just be fine. We're gonna be realistic.
Who do you think is the easiest person on the team to shop for?
Jillian. She would be happy at anything. Her surprise, she'd be so excited. You just got a pair of socks there from the locker room. She'd act excited. So
I'd probably say Caitlin. She pretty much likes anything: food, clothes, socks, anything.
Someone had said that Jillian, you might be the easiest person to shop for because you're excited about anything. Is that?
Yeah, that's true. That's fairly true. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
What do you take from it as we near the holiday season?
It's nice to kind of remember that we're a family and that we kind of get to come together and have the party at your house and then exchange gifts.
yeah, just kind of like a little touch to get you through, and it's exciting to kind of try and guess who has you as you're going along the way.
The party is always the day after my birthday, so it's like a double whammy for me. So it's pretty fun. It's like gifts galore for me.
I personally just think it's nice to be able to be with a group of girls who you call your family and just really have the holiday feel before you get to go home, since you're really not home for that long.
This Secret Santa exercise isn't limited to just the players. Check out the stockings down the coaches' hallway.
Our little Secret Santa, we took it to another level. It's like everyone's peeking their head out of their office. Ooh, I hear bells jingling. What is that? And it gives us a chance to just be human a little bit and have a good time.
Every day leading up to the big staff Christmas party, you fill your Secret Santa's, your secret person's stocking. So you have to put, it can range from candy to food, to lotions, to whatever you think your person would really enjoy.
I have an incredible staff that works extremely hard, as I do an incredible team that works so hard every day at being great basketball players, great students at the University of Michigan, and great people. So sometimes it's nice to really have some fun, and we've been able to do that around the holiday season.
The girls will find out who their Secret Santa is on Tuesday when Coach Rico has the whole team over for Christmas dinner. There's one game left until the Big Ten starts, and that's on Wednesday at Eastern Michigan. For Inside Michigan Basketball, I'm Sarah Van Meter.
Inside Michigan Basketball, delivered by UPS. From figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Visit solvers.ups.com to learn more. By your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Absol Pure Water, the official bottled water of the Michigan Wolverines. And by Gardner White, you'll overpay anywhere else. Michigan has just one non-conference opponent left. That's the Bulldogs of Bryant. They'll be at Chrysler Center on Wednesday, December 23rd. And then it's into conference play. The next time we see you, we'll recap the first road game of the year in Big Ten play at Illinois, and then the Big Ten home opener against the Penn State Nittany Lions. Until then, happy holidays, everybody, and go blue. Here comes Michigan sprinting left to right, 3-on-2. Alley-oop, Dawkins jams it down, and he's fouled. Behind the back dribble, no looks. LeVert jams it through. Left baseline, double-handed stuff. Now left corner. Chapman, alley-oop for Doyle, and he stuffs it through. Beautifully timed to play. Donlin at the other end. No, there's the triple-double. Walton with the rebound. His 10th rebound of of the night. And for the second straight game, a Michigan player boasts a triple-double. Picked up by Amude, had it knocked out of his hands by Walton to Donnell. Up ahead for Walton, leaves it for Dawkins. Highlight reel jam.